Hello, welcome to Board Deck and Dice in a hotel
Yeah,
with just Mark. He's in a small bed because look at him,
small.
he's skinny.
Because Nick's too big to fit in the small bed.
He's on one beer, he already thinks his jokes are funny. We are playing Gizmos! So, Gizmos seems very simple. On your go, you can file, pick, build, or research. When you initially file, the only confusing thing is when you file, you don't actually put them down here.
Yeah.
When you file, you can take one and put it into your archive, which usually is on the end, but I'm running out of room here. As per your archive limit, which you can upgrade, as you can see. When you pick, you take one from here. When you build, you either build one using any marbles you've picked up. This is your little marble ring. You can build from your archive, or you can build straight from the middle. And when you research, you take your research level of cards from one level, and you choose one to either instantly build or add to your archive. What these symbols mean is whenever I take a file action, so whenever I take one of these cards into my archive, I also get this action. I've invested in some converters early on, so this means I can use blue marbles as anything and yellow marbles as anything. Mark has a file and a build, so he also gets a victory point whenever he builds a yellow card, and he's just looking to build an upgrade, which will go here and upgrade his marble limit to 6 and his research limit to 4. So, seems like a simple game.
Yeah. What was the research of it?
That's how many cards you can draw to choose from
Okay.
to either build or add to your archive.
Right. Yeah, it seems fairly. The iconography seems pretty straightforward. There's a little bit that was a bit confusing, but easy to work out. And then, yeah, it seems like a fairly sort of straightforward game.
I'm hoping there's going to be some mad combos going off.
Yeah, at the minute it's very kind of
I think it will build and build and build.
linear almost. You're just kind of doing one thing and then.
Yeah, it's quick, isn't it? Because you do one thing per go.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll finish out the round and see how we go. So we forgot to film last night. We're playing a different game now. But last night we finished
Gizmos.
Gizmos. You won by
1 point.
1 point. Thoughts?
On Gizmos?
Yes. No, on your 1 point victory.
No, yeah, it was pretty good. It was fairly sort of like you were just sort of doing cards,
Yeah.
and there were kind of multiple engines sort of happening. Like you had the one big engine, but there were sort of multiple things. Not every card triggered every
Yeah.
And I got a lot of points early on, which is probably what did it for me, I think.
Yeah, you got.
Because I had the one that gave me points when I built yellows.
Yes.
That might be the first one I built, even.
Yeah, you triggered a lot of victory points during the game.
Yeah.
Whereas I probably got more higher scoring cards.
Yeah.
I got a couple of level 3s.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me it was like, it didn't take very long because the game's not very long, but it suddenly clicked what the potential for these combos were. Like,
Yeah.
basically you want every time you take an action it to trigger off at least 2 other
Yeah.
reactions.
Which wasn't difficult to do. 'Cause
No.
They were,
And it's building the right type of flexibility, I feel like, is important in it.
yeah. But at the start it was very slow.
Yeah.
Because, it was quick in terms of you just doing one thing and then it's
Yes.
next. But it was like, it took a while before you were starting to get the chain reactions of stuff.
Yeah, and then suddenly it's like, and it felt like it did end at just the right point. I mean, you always feel like you'd like a couple of extra goes in engine building games, but I think that's a sign of a good one, where you feel like you've got something good going. And it felt like we were really racing at the end to get the 16th card, and maybe if I'd got it a turn earlier, it would have stopped you, but that was the strength of your engine versus mine. But it did feel like you could really focus in on those ones that just gave you victory points and just ride it out, just build really cheap buildings, gizmos, and go for it. So short kind of thoughts, but quite good. I like to play it 4-player.
Yeah.
I think you'll see more gizmos coming out and more.
Yeah.
Player interaction's fairly low, apart from if you think someone's going for something and it's obvious, you can just take that card and put it in your archive if you've got room, which is quite cool. And I think we didn't use the research as much as we might have.
Yeah.
Because that's quite powerful research, but it doesn't. Well, it does give the rewards because afterwards you get to file or build it, and that's what I forgot at first. So yeah, cool. Gizmos, well worth a look. This is just a little addendum.
Addendum.
That's what I said. For Gizmos, because Mark and I played at the Tabletop Live weekend. I didn't actually get it there. I took it with me because it arrived that day. What did you think, Mr. Simon?
Balls. lots of balls. It's good. Yeah, Splendorish.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have said that, Splendorish.
With a bit more complexity perhaps in the machine you build.
Yeah, and I like the machine that you build. I could see that you were going heavy build over there.
Yeah, and that works for me occasionally, but what I hadn't realised was I didn't have enough ball storage.
I went, I kind of spread myself quite thinly.
Yeah.
But my upgrades served me quite well at the end. I had 6 for research, and it meant I could just delve into there when I had a lot of yellow.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting 6 points for that.
I think that's a good strategy. Mark went on his point machine again.
12 just
He got
from
12 just from those.
I did get 3 for 1 blue that I did in one go.
Yeah,
So-
that's. Oh yeah, you went one colour. That is probably what you did differently.
I got those 2. It was just luck that those 2 came out that had 4 colours on. So every time I built, I was getting a point, and then I got another blue and then another blue one. So
Yeah, but that shouldn't have got you a point. That should have got you a pick. You should have got 2 points from a blue. Cheat!
I did that once.
Cheat!
okay, so 31 instead of 32.
I'm 29. I've just worked out. I've got 1 extra point as well. So
There we go.
Still
But yeah, I think it's one that it's a very easy teach,
yeah.
and then just kind of a bit like, bear with me, Terraforming Mars is expansive tableau,
I haven't played
as
this,
in
so I don't know.
on your early goes you can't do much, but then as you go later you can do a lot.
No, I don't see that. But okay, I saw it. Yeah.
Just with the cards, just like.
Yeah.
Just from my first go in Terraforming Mars, at first goes I was like, it was just like I had this column and I'd do that, it was all very obvious. Last few goes I was like,
Yeah.
but you're not adding cards in the same way.
I can see why people say this is a splendid killer. However, I think there's a lot of simplicity lost, and I think some of these I can teach Splendid to kind of anyone.
Yeah.
Whereas this, I could see the symbolism
The big one that
scaring people off.
yes, even though it's not too bad. The big one was that when you have file, it actually doesn't go down there until you've built it.
Yeah.
It goes into the archive. And actually, when I read through the rules first time, that took me ages to grasp. I was like, surely do my file cards go down here? But this is just for this bottom underneath is just for triggering. Yeah. So that's Gizmos. You still like it, Ovs?
Yeah, I noticed. I wasn't getting as many. Like I never filled this.
Yeah.
I had 6, but I think the most I had was 4.
Yeah,
and
I
that
think
was only for 1 round. So.
I think you kind of refined your strategy. Obviously, there were more cards coming out, which helps. I would say last time, I think with these ones, they came out more like that. So whatever you built, you were getting stuff.
Yeah,
There was less
that was
crossover.
luck. I wasn't particularly planning on doing that.
Yeah,
strategy
yeah, but
from
that
the start,
that happened. That definitely happened for me the first
Yeah.
game. Which is how I think I kept up with you. To be honest, I didn't get enough converters. I was relying heavily on red. But
I
yeah,
got them quite late though. I had those 2 reasonably
Yeah.
early, but I never really got yellows.
you
so-
definitely don't need a lot of them until you want to
No.
get these big boys.
Which did you get any of them?
No, I didn't.
I didn't.
I got 2 big boys. So I think that's how I sort of stayed in the running.
Yeah.
Went a
Came
bit
second, yes.
Yeah, if I'd have got a 6 or 5 points,
Did any of us get? I think I might have got 1 last time.
I got at least 2.
Right.
So yeah.
I'm pretty sure I got 1.
So cool. There's a bit of extra thoughts on Gizmos. Yeah, good game. It is easy to teach, but as Simon points out, the iconography is a big putter offer.
Yeah.
Especially with this file thing, you know, it's just a bit unfortunate
But
that it's
then
the same. And there was a couple of times when we did have to check the key, but again, the rules are only that. I found everything I need in the rules or the sheet, so it's not too bad.
I think for a gamer, it's straightforward. It's just more for that
Yeah.
new player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Splendor easy.
Yes.
And I think
Yeah.
some of that can be negated a bit if you've got someone who's played it before
Yeah.
teaching. If you know.
Depends.
A little, not fully, but a little
Yeah.
bit.
Cool. We will see you next time.